Previous class we are discussing about circular motion, no? Yes, and that too we have done some equations also. They are dl bar is equal to d theta bar cross dr bar. One more, v bar is equal to omega bar cross r bar. We have derived. No, relation between v and omega. V is linear velocity, omega is angular velocity. Okay. Now we are going to derive relation between a and alpha. Yesterday we have derived a is equal to r alpha. This scalar format we have derived. No. Yes, vector format. See all of you. Again, these all things we will discuss in system of particles and rotatory motion. That is very important chapter. Okay? Yeah. So this equation we are having relation between v and omega. V bar equal to omega bar plus r bar. Now let us take the derivative with respect to time. Okay? Not take r only. No problem. If you want y dr means take r only. No problem. Okay? No, r only. Yes. Now let us differentiate this equation with respect to time. Okay? So you get d by dt of v bar is equal to d by dt of omega bar plus r bar. No? Yes, we'll get this equation. Now, what is dv by dt na? We know it is acceleration. So acceleration can be written as, see here, omega is vector quantity, r is also vector quantity. See, one more important point. These two are vectors and these two are variables. Now, we will write this one in this format. First, we will consider omega as constant. So, we'll write omega bar cross dr bar by dt plus we will consider r constant. So d omega bar by dt cross r bar. We will write like this. Means here I am using the formula d by dt of uv is equal to, first you consider constant u dv by dt plus v du by dt. Yes or no? This equation, did you remember? Do you remember this equation? When multiplication is there, one thing you should consider constant, other thing you should differentiate. Plus, second thing you should consider, second value you should consider constant. First one you should integrate. Oh, sorry, differentiate. Now here also, because here is cross product, the order should not change. You should not write first r, second omega. You should write order should be same. So first omega I am taking constant, then differentiation of r. Plus r I am taking constant, differentiation of omega. Okay? Yeah. So a is equal to omega bar cross dr by dt, we know velocity. Dr by dt is nothing but velocity. Plus d omega by dt is nothing but acceleration, angular acceleration cross r bar. Okay, Nana? Yes. This can be written as this total term. This is called as a centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration. This will be called as tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration means, see, listen. If you have a circular motion like this, if a particle is rotating in a circular path like this, then when a particle is rotating, because it is changing its velocity at each and every instant of time, because its direction is changing. Clear? Yes. So each and every time, its direction of velocity is changing continuously. So due to that, you will get some acceleration. That acceleration is called as tangential acceleration. Along the tangent, direction is changing. Means along the tangent, velocity is changing. That acceleration produced is called as tangential acceleration. And there will be one type of acceleration that is called as centripetal acceleration. And we call this centripetal acceleration as radial acceleration also. We call centripetal acceleration as radial acceleration also, because centripetal acceleration is always towards the radius. Towards the radius, along the radius vector. Centripetal acceleration is along the radius vector. So it is also called as radial acceleration. Are you understanding, students, what I am saying? That means whenever a particle is moving in a circular motion, circular path, it will have total two types of accelerations. One is centripetal acceleration, another one is tangential acceleration. Centripetal acceleration and tangential acceleration. AC is nothing but centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration. And it is nothing but omega bar cross v bar. Are you understanding? Okay. Just now, means in the previous class, we have learned that V equal to R omega. We have derived this one, no? Yes. So I am writing that AC is equal to omega cross R. What is the angle between omega and R? Omega is along the axial vector, whereas velocity is along the circular path. Both will be 90 degrees like this. Means here it is 90 degrees. Means omega V sin theta, which right no cross product. Sin 90 is 1. Means simply in scalar format, acceleration can be written as omega into V. So centripetal acceleration can be written as, because V equal to R omega. So omega into R omega, we can write into. So centripetal acceleration can be written as R omega square. We can write like this. Centripetal acceleration I am saying. R omega square we can write. Or else we can write in different format also. AC is equal to omega into T, no? Okay, what is omega from this? V by R. From this, omega is equal to V by R. So substitute, you will get omega is V by R into V. So you will get V square by R. Yes, it is called as centripetal acceleration. We call it as centripetal acceleration. Are you understanding, students? So whenever a particle is moving in circular path, it will have two types of acceleration. One is centripetal acceleration, another one is tangential acceleration. Centripetal acceleration is always it will act towards the center of the circular path. And the value for this in vector format is omega bar cross v bar. Omega bar cross v bar. Cross product is there, means we have to write it as omega v sin theta. Since theta is equal to 90 degrees, why 90 degrees theta? Because if you take circular path like this, V is in this direction, whereas omega is in this direction. Omega is in this direction like this. I can't draw like that. So I am drawing like this. Angle between this so much. This is omega. How I am showing? This is V. Angle between this so much. Angle between this so much. 90 degrees angle. 90 degrees. So theta is 90 degrees. So we can write V into omega. Omega into V we can write in magnitude wise. Okay? Yes. And we know V is equal to R omega. So substitute will get R omega square. This is one formula for centripetal acceleration. Another formula, since V is equal to R omega, then omega is equal to V by R. Substitute omega is equal to V by R. We get V square by R. This is centripetal acceleration. See, direction what sir? Why it is towards the center? See here. This is circular path. Okay. This is x-axis. This you consider y-axis. This you consider z-axis. This is your z-axis. Okay? Yes. Your angular velocity is in this direction. Are you understanding? Angular velocity is in this direction. Means along positive z-axis. Are you getting, students? Angular velocity is in this direction. Out of the board. Means along positive z-axis. Means we can write k cap. Cross product means k cap we can write. Direction I am showing. So omega k cap. Velocity in this direction. means along y-axis, pass to y-axis. Velocity is particle is in this direction moving like this. So here velocity is in this direction. So along pass to y-axis. So we can write cross v j cap. Correct? Yes. So it can be written as omega into v k cap cross j cap. What is k cap cross j cap? K cap cross j cap can be written as minus I cap. Yes or no? Yes, you remember that value. I j k. Do you remember this? I cross j is k. J cross k is I. K cross I is j. If we go reverse, k cross j, you will get minus I. So that's why I have written minus I. Minus I indicates this side is positive y-axis. This side is negative y-axis. Means your acceleration direction should be along negative y-axis. Means it is along the center, towards the center, along the radius vector. So centripetal acceleration is always towards the center, along the radius. So that's why I am calling it as radial acceleration. AR means radial acceleration, and the value we can write r omega square. Now okay, students, is it okay now? Now is it okay? Can you see? Okay. So centripetal acceleration is towards the center. In vector format, I have shown you. Clear? And the formulas, just remember these formulas now. Okay. This is about centripetal acceleration. Then what about tangential acceleration, sir? AT is called as tangential acceleration. AT is nothing but tangential acceleration, and the formula for that is alpha cross r. Yes, this is alpha bar cross r bar. See, tangential acceleration is always along the tangent to the circular path. See here, let us imagine this is a circular path. Okay, and this is your axis. About this axis is rotating like this. Okay, particle is moving. Okay, yes, this is r bar, and particle is moving like this with a velocity of v bar. Let us suppose. Okay, in this direction, in this anti-Laplace direction, the particle is moving. Clear? Okay, sir. Now I want tangential acceleration, direction 1. See here, it is how alpha cross I. Means cross product I am applying. Keep your palm in the direction of alpha. This is alpha. So I am keeping. Cross I. Means in this direction I is there. So this is alpha, this is I. So my thumb is going in the direction of V. So your acceleration is in this direction. Acceleration is in this direction. So that's why it is called as tangential acceleration. And this tangential acceleration comes due to changing velocity when it is moving in circular path. Are you understanding? This tangential acceleration is due to this alpha. Angular omega. Angular velocity if it changes, then it will have angular acceleration. Due to that, we get tangential acceleration. Okay, so whenever particles rotate in circular path, it will have two types of acceleration. One is centripetal acceleration, another one is tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration is always the acceleration of particle is along the tangent, like this, along the tangent it should be there. That acceleration is called as tangential acceleration. This is 80. This is 80. This is 80. Tangential acceleration. Whereas towards the center, AC will be zero. However, means when a particle is rotating in a circular path, it will have two types of accelerations. What are they? They are center. Particle is rotating like this. Let us imagine. Okay. Now towards the center, it will have one acceleration that is AC, centripetal acceleration, and along its tangent, it will have one acceleration that is called as AT, tangential acceleration. Clear na? So its total acceleration can be written as AC plus AT. And in vector form, if you write, this is towards the center. I take this is I cap. This is in positive y axis, j cap. Like this you can take. Clear? Always towards the center, minus AC if you write direction is. Otherwise, simply we can write like this. What is the net acceleration, sir? Net acceleration will be in this direction. A net acceleration. A net acceleration can be given by under root of AC whole square plus AT whole square. These two square if you do, you will get the answer. Net acceleration in circular path. So when a particle moves in a circular path, its net acceleration will be in this direction. Okay. Net acceleration direction what? Net acceleration, let us imagine it is making some angle theta with the tangential acceleration. Then it will be like this. This is AT, this is AC, this is A net, this is theta. Then you can construct one right angle triangle here. If this is AC, this is also AC. Then what is tan theta, sir? Tan theta can be written as opposite side AC upon adjacent side AT. Yes. In this direction, it will have net acceleration. Clear? Till now, in this circular motion, whatever I have discussed, same story, same thing will repeat in system of particles and rotating motion. Actually, we should discuss there only, but so many doubts you will get when I discuss about uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion, small topic, it is given in this chapter. If I want to discuss that topic, you should know these all things. That's why we have discussed here now. Okay, this is not related to your chapter here now. Now, your chapter, what it is related is uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. What is uniform circular motion? Uniform in the sense, it will says that the speed of a particle is remains same. Okay, if a particle rotates in a circular path, if speed of a particle remains same, then it is said to be moving in circular motion, uniform circular motion. Clear? So, if speed remains same, then angular velocity will be constant. If angular velocity is constant, then angular acceleration will be zero, because angular acceleration is d omega by dt. Clear? If omega is constant, alpha will be zero. Clear? Angular acceleration will be zero. Then what will happen to tangential acceleration? You know tangential acceleration is r alpha into r. Tangential acceleration is r alpha. If alpha is zero, then at also zero. That means if a particle rotates in uniform circular motion, it doesn't have any tangential acceleration. Means this component will become zero. So net acceleration will be always towards the center. Means it will have only centripetal acceleration. Are you understanding? That means if a particle is in a circular motion with a constant speed, then if a body is moving in a constant speed means no acceleration we can say. But if it moves in a circular path with a constant speed, then its tangential acceleration will be zero, however, but it will have some constant angular acceleration, and it will be always directed towards the center. The reason for that is See, because here particle direction of velocity is like this. Here direction of velocity is like this. Here direction of velocity is like this. Here direction of velocity is like this. Even though this value of v is same, here v, here v, here v, here v is same, but its direction is changing. Okay, due to change in the direction of the speed, it will get a change in velocity. Due to that change in velocity, it will have an acceleration that is called as centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration. What we call radial acceleration. What is radial acceleration? Radial acceleration is nothing but the acceleration towards its radius. This is the radius. Always it will be towards its radius. So that's why it is called as radial acceleration. And what is the formula for the centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration? This is r omega square r v square by r. Just now I have told you. I am giving you these two results. Are you understanding, students? That means if a particle is moving in a uniform circular motion, means speed remains constant in a circular motion. This value, let us imagine v1, v2, v3, v4. This v1, v2, v3, v4 values remain same. Then it is called as uniform circular motion. Even though these velocities are same, its direction is changing continuously. Due to that, we will get one type of acceleration that is called as centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration. And the value for that is r omega square r v square by r. This is centripetal acceleration. Clear? So it is important question Anna for you in your board exam. Define uniform circular motion and derive an expression for it. They will ask. Okay. Let us derive an expression for this. Like this expression. Let us derive that. Okay. Yeah. So now I am going to discuss very important question for 5 marks. They may ask. Okay? Yes, listen carefully. This one, because in your materials they have given with the geometry they have given. So I am going to discuss with this one with the geometry. Means with vectors. Okay? Be careful. Listen carefully. Let us imagine this is a circular path. In this circular path, this is the center, and let us imagine this is the radius vector. Clear? Yes. Now, let us suppose that particle is at point A. Initially, at time t is equal to 0, particle is at point A. Clear? Okay. Let us suppose that after some time interval, particle came to point B. Particle has came to point B. Clear? Yes. So this is also again radius vector. This is also R. Correct? Yes. This is also again radius vector. This is also R. Okay. We can see. Okay, sir. This is O. This is A. This is B. Fine. Everything. Now, what is the angular displacement? This is angle it will cover. This theta it will cover. While it is going like this, in a time t, it will cover angular displacement theta. Clear? Yes. Now, what is angular displacement, sir? If I want angular displacement, this will be angular displacement. No? Yes. This is delta R. Angular displacement we can say. Clear? From here to here. Displacement I am saying. Displacement is delta. Distance is AB. A to B, like this curved path is distance. Whereas the straight line is called as displacement, angular displacement delta. Clear? Are you understanding? Yes. Now, see, observe carefully, listen carefully. Now, point will come, very important point. See, at point A, let us imagine particle is moving in anti-clockwise direction like this. Anti-clockwise direction particle is moving. Now, at point A, what is the direction of its speed? Direction of its speed is like this. V. Something V speed it is moving at point A in this direction. Clear? Yes. Now, at this point B, what is its direction, sir? Its direction will be like this. That is, let us imagine B dash. Why I am calling this as B dash? Because even though its speed is same, but direction has changed. In this direction to in this direction it has changed. Direction has changed, so that's why change in direction I am showing with the V dash. Clear? Yes. Now this vector and this vector I am trying to join them. Okay. Now see, my first vector is V. I am drawing here. Observe carefully. My first vector is V. This is my first vector V. Now second vector is V dash. Second vector is V dash. So how I can join them? If I want to get the resultant vector, if I join the tail of first vector with the head of this second vector, sorry, tail of second vector with the head of the first vector, I can make one triangle like this. So direction, this direction I should not change. It is like this. Okay? Just bring it, shift it parallelly, and keep it here. Clear? Yes. So that is the thing what I am doing. This direction has not changed. B dash. B dash. But direction has not changed. Are you understanding? Clear? Yes. Now this is A. Clear? Yes. This is B. Now this one you join. You can say this is B. You say this will be C. Correct? Yes. Now C to B I am calling delta V, change in velocity. How much? Delta V. Now we can say that according to triangular law of vector addition, see AB and BC represents two sides of a triangle. Then AC represents closing side of a triangle. Clear? That means we can write AB bar plus BC bar is equal to AC bar. Clear? Yes. AB and BC are taken in same order as two sides of a triangle. Then closing side should be taken as resultant vector. Yes. Take it. Okay. What is AB, sir? AB is B plus BC. What we have considered, sir? Delta V is equal to what is AC? AC is B dash. Okay. So what is delta V? B dash minus V. Yes. Perfect. Change in velocities, final velocity minus initial velocity, perfectly we got. Are you understanding, students? Clear? Yes. One more thing here, as this triangle OAB triangle, theta is the angle. Here also we can take theta angle here. Clear? Yes. Now see here, triangle ABC and triangle OAB, two sides are equal and angle also is theta. Here also two sides are equal, angle also theta. Means we can consider this triangle and this triangle as similar triangles. Now from similar triangle concept, this delta V upon V, delta V upon V can be written as delta R, this delta R upon R. Here, yes. So delta V can be written as V by R into delta R. Can we write? Can you write like this? Yes, cross multiply it, you will get the answer. This is how I am writing from singular triangle concept. Now we have got this result. Now for this, that is delta V equal to V by R into delta R. I am applying. Let us divide this one with delta T. V by R into delta R by delta T. Yes, both sides we have to divide. So that again it will cancel, we get same equation. Now apply limit delta T tends to 0, delta V by delta T can be written as V by R is limit delta t tends to 0, delta r by delta t. Here, okay. Now, whenever we have a limiting value, delta v by delta t will become dv by dt, small change in velocity. Here, so v by r, this also will become dr by dt. We know dv by dt is nothing but acceleration. Change in velocity is nothing but acceleration. So v by r into, we know dr by dt is nothing but velocity. So acceleration can be written as v square by r. Yes, see, we have got the result. Acceleration we got v square by r. And one more thing, this v square direction towards r. See, from this triangle we can say that this is towards where? Towards the center. This is towards the center. So this direction is always towards the center. This is what totally you have to show to the examiner. Important question. It is a repeated question. Thing is, you should go with the geometry. Once you read in material, it is there in material. Okay. Subjective material is there. No, in that one you read this question important. Clear? Any doubt? V square by r. Any doubt? You can show like this. Derive an expression for centripetal acceleration in uniform circular motion. This is a centripetal acceleration formula, v square by r. And it can be written as, C, AC because v square by r. We know v is equal to r omega. So substitute here, relate r omega whole square upon r. Clear? So it will become r square omega square by r. R cancel. You can write r omega square. So centripetal acceleration we can write like this also. Or else, if you want still, we can write. These all expressions depends upon your problem. What values are given? Okay, it can be written as C. Again, C. R omega into omega we can write. What is V? R omega is nothing but V. So it can be written as V omega also. Just magnitude I am saying. Clear? Any format you can take, but it should be very perfect. So V square by R, otherwise R omega square, otherwise V omega. So centripetal acceleration is V square by R omega square, V omega. All are same. Got it, students? Any doubt in this topic? This is about your centripetal acceleration, uniform circular motion. Clear? Topic is important. No one is responding. What happened? What happened, Ray? Are you listening? Are you there, students? Understood, sir. Sanjeev. Okay. Some students they will have some doubt on this. So for them, another method also is there. Let us see that method because time is there, 4 minutes time. Okay, I'll try to complete that in 4 minutes only. Okay, let us imagine this is R. Okay, from point B, let us imagine particle came to point B by making some angle theta. Okay, this is a radius vector R. Okay, yes. Now in a time t it has came to point B. Clear? Yes. Now this is along x-axis, this is along y-axis. Now this radius vector R we can resolve into x and y component. How can we resolve that? We can write R is equal to here. See this is R cos theta I cap plus R sin theta j cap. Can we write this R along x-axis R cos theta, along y-axis R sin theta. Clear? And we know one more thing that omega is equal to theta by t. Correct? Yes. Then what is theta now? Omega t. Are you getting? Yes. So let us substitute that. We get r cos omega t I cap plus r sin omega t theta. Did you got this point? Okay. This r means position vector. Okay, displacement you can say. Okay, now take differentiation with respect to time. You get d by dt of omega t I cap plus d by dt of r sin omega t j. Are you getting, students? Yes. So what is dr by dt? Is nothing but velocity. Correct? Yes. dr by dt. R is distance. Rate of change of distance is nothing but velocity. Okay? Yes. R is constant. We can take it outside. Radius of the circular path is constant. We can take it outside. Okay. Now, d by dt of cos theta is minus sin theta. Minus sin omega t. Theta is omega t. Here into again function is there. So that's why it is omega. I cap. Plus again all constant you can take outside. d by dt of sin theta is going to become cos omega t. Again because of function you get omega into j cap. Means your velocity has become v is equal to minus r omega sin omega t I cap plus r omega cos omega t j cap. This is the value got. Now get differentiation this velocity. dv by dt you do for this. Okay, you get d by dt of minus r omega sin omega t I cap plus d by dt of r omega cos omega t j cap. What is dv by dt, sir? Nothing but acceleration we can say. Rate of change of velocity is nothing but acceleration. Okay. Minus take outside. R is constant outside. Omega uniform circular motion I am saying. So omega is also constant. Now you are having d by dt of sin theta. It is nothing but cos theta. Cos omega t you get, and because of this function you get again omega I cap plus r omega constant taken outside. d by dt of cos theta is nothing but minus sin omega t, and because of this function you get omega j cap. Means your acceleration you are getting minus r omega into omega